Good morning, students. Welcome to your education online class. We were discussing the chapter forms of education, and we are on the 6th day of the video and of the class. So today we will discuss about the next type of education, that is formal education. In the last few classes we have done different forms of education, and first we have discussed about the informal education, informal system of education, and what is its characteristics, and finally we have discussed the responsibility and limitation of a school being an informal institute of education. So what are the benefits are there, and what are the responsibility that should be followed by the school, and what are the limitations which are there, which we have to accept. And still at the conclusion we have discussed that we cannot deny all the importance of a family. Now to the as we proceed to the next form of education, that is formal system of education. Now what is formal? What do we mean as we pronounce the word formal? Formal means where there is some rules and regulations, it is under some control, and there must be some part of rigidity, isn't it? So restrictions and disciplines should be followed. So when we are receiving a particular type of education which is under discipline, under control of something, it is called formal education. Another thing, what all the formal educational system, they are having 4 factors of education. And when these 4 factors of education, what are the 4 factors of education? One is child, another one is teacher, third curriculum, and finally the fourth one is the school complex or the institution where the entire educational system will be conducted. So in case of formal education, these all 4 factors are running together with cooperation and with or under some features and some control. It is called formal system of education. So if we discuss about it in details, what we will see that as we know that in the entire education system, the student is considered as the most important factor of education, because you are the student, so you will have your own choice of selecting the own stream what you like. Now after class 10 you have decided to take arts, some are taking science, and some students are taking commerce, some are going to the vocational trainings for they need some vocations or some work immediate after passing class madhyamik exam or the first board exam of life. So there are some rules and regulations for the student, and when you are at the first stage of the school, if we consider a school as a formal institute, over there we are coming with some disciplines. We have to come in time, we have to be with proper dress, with proper school uniform, with polished shoe. So discipline is there in the life of this child being a student. Again, the teacher, they are also abide by some rules and regulations. They have to come to the school in time. They should be properly dressed, because the teachers are a place of respect, isn't it? If they lose their respect from the student, there's no how she or he will teach the student, isn't it? So this is teacher, the place of teacher we have already discussed. It is also of high importance. Third one is curriculum. Now if the continuous interaction between the teacher and the student goes on, then what the means will be, that means what will be the means of communication, isn't it? Both meeting for formal and informal goes on between the teacher and the student, but for formal interaction there should be some curriculum which will be followed by the teacher as well as by the students. So before I start class 11, I have told you what are the syllabus you have to cover, so you know better that what are the topics you are going to do in this year. So there should be some curriculum, what you are going to read and what should be explained. And the fourth factor is the school or the institute. I should not say school. School is a type of formal institute, but school is not the only institute. It can be college, it can be university, it can be anywhere where a formal education is going on, where these four factors, child, teacher, curriculum and school is there. Now school, why school is important as a fourth factor of the education? Because the entire system will be conducted where there should be a fixed place, and if you see that, you can say that yes, it can be conducted in home also, but there's a basic difference in home and school. You see the atmosphere and the environment which is created on school, it is not possible to create in home. See, as in this situation, we all are going through a difficult position, isn't it? And we are conducting online classes. So see, I have to buy this board, and we all have to, not only me, all the teachers have bought a board. They have to be ready with chalk, we need duster, we need scale, we need everything to explain you, and we have hired one new capacity of explaining you through online classes, isn't it? So all these amenities and facilities, what we are trying to conduct from home, we have to manipulate and we have to manage according to the ambience of the school, how the atmosphere in school was there. Just like we are buying boards so that you better understand, I can write the points, you can see, you can understand by my explanation. So why I am explaining all these four factors? Because these, in case of any type of formal education, these four factors are working together, cooperating each other and making a successful one, formal education. So if we go to the definition of J.P. Nayak, we will see the system of education which functions in a definite social condition is formal education or controlled education. So why we are mentioning the definite social condition? Social condition means what? When you are present in school, the school is your social environment. When you are in a party, the party is your environment. When you are home, the atmosphere is something else. So when the social condition is definite, means what? The condition is being created, the school is being created, isn't it? There are room and everything, but they are with big windows and doors, air and light should enter to it, and the board and chalk duster should be there, the teacher, the benches should be there, and the teacher for sitting, a chair and a table must be kept for the teacher. So the ambience is created. So the atmosphere, the social condition is definite and it is created. So the system of education which functions in a definite social condition is formal education or controlled education. Why it is referred as controlled education? Because we are abide by some rules and regulations. So many times I am repeating the same thing, because we know that we have 45 minutes of classes. So we cannot go beyond that. If I like, I cannot take it for 1.5 hours, or other teachers will come and wait for me. It is for the rules and regulations. We have to come in a proper dress. In case of you and in case of us also, there are some rules and regulations. There are fixed time within which we have to come. So entire system is controlled, isn't it? I cannot use whatever language I like. You cannot use anything. You cannot do anything whatever you like, isn't it? So there are some selected controlled education, and it is a formal education where everything is controlled with the help of this four factor. So this is all about the definition of formal education. I think you have understood. Next day we will start with the different characteristics of formal education. For today we will end here, and next class get ready with your copy. For the points I will discuss the characteristics of formal education. Thank you very much.